Good morning. It's Monday morning, the 10th of December, 2012. Don Winter from Panama Guide. Here's the headlines in Panama for today from La Prensa. Their headline, front page, has to do with a contract that was granted by the government of Panama to a company called Motorola Solutions KDARE SA for $13.3 million for the public forces, and it has to do with the communications system. The allegations being made by La Prensa are that the people who are involved with that company are close to the president or the government. For example, it looks like one of the people in the company is President Martinelli's brother-in-law. And then there's another guy who's somehow involved in the company as well. So anyway, that's their headline. Of course, it's La Prensa, and they're always looking for something to go after the government. They'll never say anything good about Martinelli. And in fact, these contracts, these government contracts, this government of Ricardo Martinelli has done more direct contracting without doing any kind of a bidding process than anybody. And a contract like this, they see a contract for $13 million is basically chump change. You know, they'll toss those around like almost like nothing. So anyway, off we go. There's La Prensa. In the Panama America today, they have their headline is a report saying that more than $1.7 billion has been paid directly to the people of Panama in the last 3 years, between 2010, 11, and 12. They've created all kinds of programs for this or that, giving money directly to poor senior citizens, giving money directly to school children, paying subsidies for the bottled gas, the propane gas in tanks. And when you add it all up, they've handed out more than $1.7 billion. And there's numbers, all the numbers are in here, you know, how many people have received how much money, et cetera, et cetera. But, you know, the fact of the matter remains that they're just giving money directly to the Panamanian people. Okay, in the Estrella, they got their hands on a piece of video footage. It looks like it was shot on a cell phone as Noriega, Manuel Antonio Noriega, was being taken back from Europe and being brought back to back to Panama. They made a stop in Madrid, Spain, and then flew into Panama. And because they got their hands on this very short little piece of video footage and a couple of pictures, that's their front page now, and they've gone out and talked to people, and what do you think about this, and what do you think about that? And they're like, well, it should all be investigated because the police did like this undercover dummy thing. You know, they had a guy that they fooled the media, and they were trying to fool everybody into thinking that was Noriega who was being brought into the prison, when in reality he was somewhere else. It was supposed to be for security, but it was just they kind of blew it the way they handled it. But anyway, because they got their hands on that piece of video footage, that's their headline for today. Okay, in the Telemetro, the three groups that have successfully confronted Martinelli. If you remember, there was the fight over the mining in the Nave Bugle Comarca in Chiriquí. They were forced to repeal the mining law. Then there was remember the law Chorizo. It was another big law where they just had packed in a bunch of stuff, and the people who fought that primarily were in Bocas del Toro. And then the law over selling land in Colón, they were forced to, because of protests, they were forced to go back on that as well. Now, those three groups have banded together to create an alliance because they have something in common. They've all been successful in forcing the Martinelli administration to pull back from things that they were trying to do. So that's their announcement here on Telemetro. Okay, on TVN, the CINEPROC, which is the National Civil Protection organization, have warned that starting on 12 December, 2 days from today, until the 18th of December, that there will be higher than normal tides on the Pacific side of Panama, reaching a maximum of 17.7 feet. And they're warning people to use caution when they're on the beaches. Now, they issue one of these warnings every month because there is a cycle to this. So, and there's always, every month, there's always a period of higher than normal tides, which last for about 4 or 5, 6 days. And they always issue a warning. And very frequently during this time, somebody drowns on the beach. It just happens because there are greater waves than normal. There's more of a chance of a riptide. So anyway, coming up this week, starting on Wednesday through next weekend, use caution if you're going to the beaches in the Pacific side because there's a greater chance of riptides. So if you're here in Panama, you should learn how to react if you get caught up in a riptide, or take flotation devices with you when you go in the water, things like that. So if you get sucked off the shore, you know how to deal with it. Okay, so there's TVN. All right, going to the Siglo. They did a poll, and 8 out of 10 Panamanians say they fear the possibility of the hiring of foreigners to work in Panama. Everybody kind of knows that there's a labor or a manpower shortage in Panama, that the companies are screaming at the top of their lungs that they can't get people to do the work. I mean, forget the fact, it's hard enough to find somebody with a pulse. Forget about somebody who's trained or qualified or certified to do whatever it is that you need them to do. The answer to that, the obvious answer, is to slowly allow more people to come in under contract, and they're playing with fire here because they know it's politically unpopular. But anyway, it's pretty clear. 80%, 8 out of 10 Panamanians say they fear that. They don't want it. And in effect, the lack of manpower is going to be a brake on the potential for growth in Panama. Okay, popping over to Mi Diario. In Arihan, they caught this big-ass crocodile in the area of the Puente de San Bernardino. It looks like it's about 12, 15 foot long. Just his head from the snout to the back of his neck is like 4 feet. Big lizard. Here in Panama, you can have these big gators damn near anywhere. I know that there's one particular time of the year when they go into mating season and they tend to move and migrate, especially the males go looking for the females. But no matter where you are in Panama, you always have to be careful and on the lookout, because you could go stop wandering around somewhere and there's a lizard that will eat you. And these guys get big. We're talking, 15, 18 feet long and a couple of tons, so they get big. And then finally today, finishing up on the Dia Dia, the firemen are going to start. As a matter of fact, it started at 10 o'clock, which is right now. They're starting their dialogue with the government representatives to put an end to their strike. They're trying to get more money. The church intervened, and the government is going to be talking with them, and the firemen are going to end up getting some kind of a pay raise out of that. So good for them. Okay, that's it. 8 minutes plus. I'm out. That's it for Monday morning. Thanks for watching. And once again, this is a quick and dirty, no editing. Just take the video, slap straight to YouTube. So that does it. Have a great day. I'm out. Bye. Where's the off button? There it is. See you.